Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. Just wanted to give you guys an update on HBAR. I know it's been a couple days. Sorry guys, usually I'd get them out much quicker, but I've been sick for the last 3 days. Just getting my voice back as we speak. First of all, this was the trade setup I was looking for. I bought in right at the 382 looking for this pivot up for our C wave before looking for further downside. Currently we've just drifted sideways the last couple days. So either our bottom is in here and we're looking for our move up, and we adjusted the pivot target to the new low at around 7.8 cents for my first take profit, even though we could go further up to the 1.236 or 382. But even that is looking very weak at this moment. You can see every time we get any momentum, we just drop off. So what I've done is I've raised my stop a little bit. It's currently at this pivot here, just below the 618, or sorry, the 786. So I currently have my stop right at this level. You'll have to adjust to your exchange. I'm just using Binance because it's the highest volume currently. So I use that for my counts. But there's also an alternative right now that has me concerned, especially with Bitcoin looking weak as well. I'm starting to think that we need that one more low on Bitcoin before we recover. Instead of a WXY, we're getting an ABC, which is 5 waves rather than 3. I will give an update on that as well later on the weekend. I just wanted to get this one out as soon as possible since we're in the trade. So what I'm looking at currently is either this could be a triangle as our B wave, pivot up here, pivot here, we'd have our A, B, C, D, and E, and we're about to pivot down pretty hard. Down to around the 786 here. I'll get the measurements in a second, but that's a current option I see available considering we look so weak. Another option is we actually corrected up here, which is why I initially had this as a flat and then a zigzag to complete down at this low. Again, it's still considered viable as an option, but we're just coming so low we'd have to pivot like right here to keep that valid. And what that count was, excuse me, was we had a expanded flat here, and we had a expanded flat there, and then a zigzag to complete. You can see why I took the trade in that moment. And it appeared like we came up in 5, excuse me, but this can also be an ABC. You can see there's potentially either a flat here for our wave 1, or that's our A wave, and we come up for our C wave after. It's really hard to count down at this 15-minute level. This looked like 5 waves, this looked like 5 waves, but the reaction at the Fibonacci level we'd expect for our follow through did not come. So we can't ignore our eyes, and we have to consider other options. So what I'm considering now is, was the B wave complete here, or did we get a triangle? If we get our triangle, I would be targeting the 1-to-1, which will be, we'll see which pivot is closer, either on linear or log. Get right on the pivots here. Okay, where does that leave us? We'll put it in yellow so we can see it. I know I have a lot going on here, tracking a couple different things. So we're potentially targeting right above the 786 on log and below the 786 on linear. 475. Yeah, so we would use log to start with. And that would be our ABC where we completed up here. Now if we're targeting the triangle, let's get both targets here. We will be looking much lower, which could take us into the count I talked about a couple, maybe over a week ago. I'll make sure to leave a description in below so you know what I'm talking about. But I did a daily count where we're still in a fifth wave ending diagonal on the daily chart. And that could be what is happening here, unfortunately. But we'll see here. Let me switch this to, let's go orange. And that would be the 1-to-1 as well. So that would be down at 4.25 cents, 3.81. What's interesting is our 1-to-1 is 4.25 for the triangle. And if the B is in up here, our 1-to-1 on log for the yellow count is 4.75. Let me get rid of everything else except for the 1-to-1 so we can zone in here. Just that. So there's our two 1-to-1s. Either the correction done at this level or off the triangle. So you got 4.53, 4.75, 4.25. Yeah, I'll probably look to take target right before the 786 there at 4.75. But I am leaving my trade open. My stop is now here at 5.45, but I'm going to take a hedge just in case we are getting this triangle to the downside. Or if we ended here, we'd have double or triple zigzags coming down to complete in that scenario. But I suggest leaving your long open. Just take a hedge the other way. I'm going to be entering pretty much immediately just in case we drop off, and my stop will go at that E. And I'll be targeting the 1-to-1 here. That's the closest target we have currently. But I will update as we go, just in case we can leave this trade running. Because if we do drop out of this correction altogether, this larger correction here, if we drop below 4 cents, 3.99, then I think we go much further down. Let me just show you real quick on the daily what I meant. I have a target at around 2.2 cents to complete our fifth wave. In the bearish scenario, and all that would be is a ending diagonal where we have our 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4th, and 5th to complete. So if this scenario is happening, we're currently working on our A wave of our 3rd. So that's something we have to highly consider for the fact that we look so weak here currently. But again, leave your long open because we could just drop down here just to complete a double zigzag and swing high again. But just in case this is happening, it's a really good risk reward just to hedge the other way. And targeting 4.57 currently, just taking one wave at a time, and we'll see where it takes us here. Again, don't get frustrated with Elliott Wave. It's not reading the future. All it is giving us potential paths to target zones that we need to go, and paying attention to what corrections and shapes we can get or can expect to get. So that's the update for now on HBAR. I have my longs still open, but I'm hedging short just in case we fall off a cliff here. Thanks, guys.